For those of you who are, this is going to be recorded so we can share with the people who missed it due to the tech issues going on. My name is Jennifer. If you are new to my following, welcome. I am a mind and body coach of over 40 years. I came about this whole journey at 16. I struggled with severe asthma. It was as though like somebody was sitting on my chest with their hand over my face. So growing up suffering from breathing, it was very tiring, and all the asthma medication had me very anxious and angry. So at 16, my parents signed me up for a gym, and I'll never forget walking into the gym. There was a women's side and also a men's section. And when I went downstairs to the men's section, there was free weights and squat bars and benches. And for some reason I was drawn. I guess it was the freedom of the weights. It was a place that I could go at my own pace. But what I realized really quickly and early on is that nobody really knew what they were doing there. So I decided at 16 to become actually 17, a certified personal trainer. And that led me to yoga, mental conditioning coaching, and also mindset coaching, as well as Reiki. Over the 27 years of my life, I put it into a method I call H3O, and it's oxygen living, habits for health and happiness, one habit at a time. That's what I want out today. This is a very active lesson today. So share in the chats. Here we go. The first question: engaging only in crunches and cardio exercises will effectively target and reduce belly fat. True or false?
Crunches and God.
Crunches and cardio. What do we think? True or false? False. You are correct. Yes, false. Fat reducing is a myth. Fat loss occurs throughout the body. You can't just do crunches to lose weight. It's a whole body experience. Excellent start. Question number 2, true or false? Consuming excess amounts of healthy foods will not lead to weight gain due to their nutritional value. True or false?
Except.
Kara, you're fast. False. Overeating of any food.
Right.
I'll try you at home.
Hi, Lorraine.
Happy birthday to you.
Okay, so I'm just going to mute her for right now until the birthday singing's over. I love it. True or false? Strength training is only for building both bulk and weight loss, only for cardio. True or false? Strength training is strictly for building bulk, and if you want to lose weight, false. Great job. Both strength training and cardio are important. We got letting some more people in as we move along today. Both are very important, and I'll get into that a little bit later on in the session today. Actually, real quick in the chat, why is strength training and cardio important? Or you can unmute yourself, raise your hands.
Both strength training and oh.
Go ahead, Joan.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. It's false. Both strength. Why is it true?
Yes, why is it true? Why do you need both? Why would you think you need both?
Absolutely. Well, first of all, you need the exercise to strengthen you, and you need the nutrition to feed your body and keep it healthy. So they have to go hand in hand, I think. That's what I've learned.
Absolutely. You're a great student. They do have to go hand in hand, because you want to build muscle as we age, especially women. We want to make sure we have enough muscle around the bone that in case we fall. I shared this in the last session. I had a client who's 67, and she's about 100 pounds. She fell from an 8-foot ladder and she didn't break anything. She's 67 and did not break anything. That is because she has a lot of muscle around her, and she's not only the muscle around her bones, but because she's been strength training, she has more bone density. And she also does cardio. The cardio is for the heart and lungs. And I also shared her husband's story. He had a massive heart attack. He attributes his life to his training with me. Because of that, his heart is back to the capacity that it was prior to the heart attack. So strength training and cardio is very important for all of us. Overall health, bones, brain function, and quality of life. All right, true or false? Metabolic adaptation means that the body's calorie burning ability can decrease during prolonged periods of calorie restriction and exercise. True or false? The body's ability to continue to burn calories over a long period of time. It's a tricky one. Where's my chat? So here we go. The answer. It's true.
I don't understand.
So what happens,
Yes.
the body adapts to exercise and diet. When people come to me and they're doing the same thing, they're restricting their calories, they're doing the same diet. As humans, we adapt to that. So if somebody's trying to lose weight, you ever notice that they're like, I've just plateaued? Because they've been doing the same thing. They've been restricting their calories. Actually, what I've noticed too in a lot of clients is they're not eating enough. And we get into that when we go into the training more about why protein is important, why actually feeding your body is important. A lot of times people think that I'm going to restrict my calories and I'm going to do the same workout. And in the beginning, yes, they will lose weight, but then they plateau because the body has adapted to that. The slide didn't change. It's still not changing? Oh, it's changing here. Okay, thank you. Let's go back. Let's try this again. Can you see the screen now? Yes, okay. This is going to be one of those days.
Oh,
Let me say. This slide isn't changing, says be help.
no. Help.
Help. Yes, can you see help?
The scale. We see the scale and the help. Yes.
Okay. Do you see true? The body can adapt to diet.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. I love it. Now, here's the thing, right? We're doing this live and people could easily just shut down when this happens. But here's the thing, this is life coming at us, right? This is the same reason that people give up on diet and exercise, because things get hard. This is a great lesson that even when things get hard, you still show up and you still do the work regardless of what it looks like. Is this making sense so far?
Yes.
Yes.
Great. All right, most common pitfalls. I always share this story. I think it's so important. How many people have or still rely on the scale as their indication if they lost weight or how they're going to feel, by a show of hands? Anybody still rely on the scale? Oh, I'm glad to see that. I want to share for those that are possibly watching the replay. The scale is not a good indication. It's actually I call it a common pitfall for exercise loss. And I share this. Years ago, I did a 3-month intensive training. Our diet was through the gym that I was coaching at. We had a program, we had diet we followed, and every week we got on a scale. And from day 1 to the 3rd month, I weighed the same amount. The scale did not move. Now, somebody might get upset, right? Who wouldn't get upset if you're exercising, you're eating, and the scale is not moving? But here's the thing. It was a special scale called an InBody. You got on the scale, and not only did it measure your body fat, but it also measured your muscle mass. So even though the physical number stayed the same, my body fat increased and my muscle mass increased. Why do we want muscle mass to increase? It gets back to what I shared about the woman who fell. We want to increase the muscle mass because it protects the body. Muscle mass also helps us lose weight. It helps burn calories. There's another common myth, and I actually talked about it this weekend with somebody who is staying here because I was lifting and they didn't want to lift weights because they don't want to get bulky. Lifting weights is not going to get you bulky. You want to gain muscle. Muscle is very beneficial to the body. Again, it goes back to protecting the body, protecting the bones, and also increasing your metabolism. So muscle is something that we want. And the other thing, when you are building muscle, your weight is going to change. So even though we come into this as a weight loss, we want to build muscle, and the scale might move, but we're going to feel better. Our clothes are going to fit differently. So there is all the benefits of building the muscle. The other common pitfall is when we look at the front of a box and it says sugar-free, fat-free, diet-free, calorie-free, right? And then we turn it over and it's all garbage. Being really mindful that the front of anything is the advertisement and the back of the box is actually what's in the ingredient. The other thing I want to share about that is a lot of times we just put things on our plate and we're not actually doing the portion size. And that's what I share in the other picture is the idea of portion sizes. One of my top tips in this is actually getting a smaller plate. So if you're used to eating on a big dinner plate, eat on a salad plate or a bowl. This way you're getting the sensation that the plate is full, but you're not going to get the same amount of calories. You can still eat. In fact, I say still eat all of your favorite foods, but just eat it on a smaller plate and see what that does over a week. How are we doing? Any questions in the chat so far? Let me find my chat. Let's see, 2 questions. Muscle weighs more, labels. Yes, good student. How do you know where to start and what to do? There is so much information out there. There is, do I do paleo? Do I do low fat? Do I do no carbs, carbs? Do I do strength training, yoga? There is so much information out there. You really have to decide what you want in life, how you want to feel. But at the end of the day, also remember there's a quality of life that is needed to live the life that you want. And that's what we're going to dive into today is this idea of how can we set habits that help us with where we want to go. Oops. Let's see. All right. What if I told you that just dedicating 5 minutes a day could be the key to unlocking everything? How would that feel knowing that all you needed to do, right? Yes, it would feel amazing, right? What happens is we get caught up in, I got to go for an hour workout. I have to go all in on my eating habits. I got to do cardio for 45 minutes. And honestly, that's really not the case. At the end of the day, if you can dedicate 5 minutes to your health routines and make simple shifts every day, you're going to have the impact that you want. You're going to get the results that you want. It's simple shifts in mindset and honestly, really simple tweaks in some of our habits, and that is going to make lasting impact. I've seen it over and over in myself, over and over in my clients. In fact, I share this story often, and I'm really excited to share it today because this is just proof on how 5 minutes a day works. Years ago, I started writing, and a lot of you are already familiar with that journey, and I can't wait to share with you the next piece of that journey. I started with writing 5 minutes a day. That was it. I sat down, I set a timer. I didn't know what I was doing, but I kept showing up. Every day I showed up 5 minutes, only 5 minutes. Fast forward 3 years, my book is with an editor, and December 18th is my first book event. It's pre-book and the book is not ready, but that just goes to show you only 5 minutes, and look how far my book has come. I actually have a date to showcase the book cover. Yes, thank you so much. I'm really excited. I just found that news out this week, and I want to share it, one, because I'm excited, but number two, it all goes back to that 5 minutes. I didn't do more. I mean, over time, I went to 6 minutes or set, but it was never uncomfortable because I started with that 5 minutes. And that is my promise to you. You start with 5 minutes a day and stay consistent and stay dedicated to that 5 minutes a day. You are going to see change. Change does not happen overnight. Change happens in the day-to-day routines that we do. It's showing up for yourself over and over again. How do we do it? Let's see if it'll let me. All right, this is how we do it. Let's see if it's going to let us. Nope. It's not, which is fine, because then I'll just share regularly. All right, here we go. Let's see, can I make this bigger? Let's see if no, I don't know why it's not. It's just not cooperating today, which is okay. And this is super small. So let me see if I can make this bigger. You know what? Let me just go out of it and come back in. Please bear with me for this. All right, we're going old school. Can everybody see the screen now? Okay.
Yes, yes. Live more, crave less.
Yes, here we go.
On Now Street.
The strategies. Let's see. Oh, good. Yes, everyone can say it. The strategies, they're really simple. Start small. Start with those 5 minutes. That's it. There's this idea. I share this story. There was, I can't remember who shared this man's story. I love his story. He was a man on a quest to lose weight, a very big gentleman. And he simply would get in his car and drive to the gym every day. He didn't walk in the gym. He just drove. And then after he drove for a couple weeks to the gym, he walked into the gym. Didn't work out. He just walked into the gym. And then next time he walked into the gym, he did 5 minutes in the gym. And eventually he actually had a whole program and lost a lot of weight. But the whole idea is that he started so small. And most people would say, why even just drive to the gym? And I'm going to share with you why. You drive to the gym because that is showing up for yourself. That is what the start of showing up for yourself is. Maybe the start for you is signing up with a coach, or, you know, congratulations, you're here in this class. And it took a little bit of a hoops to get through today. It wasn't easy to get to the class as I wanted it to be for you, but you're here. You're here and you're taking the time. That's what it is to show up for yourself. And this man, like myself, stayed consistent with those small starts. That's all it is. What can you do? In fact, let's do this. What can you do today? Drop it in the chat to start small. Where did it go? I lost it again. Drop it in the chat. What can you do today? Or what's one thing you want to change? You showed up for a reason. What's one thing? Drink more water. Label. Drink more water. I don't have it here. So one of the things that has worked for me is I have a gallon of water, and I fill that gallon of water in the morning. And then I also have a small mason jar that I actually drink. So at the end of the day, I can see where I am on that gallon of water. We have to plan. Nothing happens unless we plan it. I don't know about you, but if it's not on my calendar, it doesn't get done. As much as I try, it's not going to get done. So we want to plan and prioritize. And guidance. When I was first starting out and I walked into that gym at Jack LaLanne, I had no idea what I was doing. I was lost. I had to get guidance or I would have hurt myself. And here's the thing, if you, especially if you're lifting weights, which I highly recommend everybody, regardless of the age, I am blessed. I have 2 of my clients on this call right now who are in their 70s and are rocking life. I'm just going to give them a shout out to Joan and Nancy, amazing women in their 70s. I want to share that because it's important. A lot of people are like, I'm too old to work out. No, you're not. You are not too old and you can get stronger. But it's important to be guided because we can easily get hurt if we're not properly aligned, if we're not doing the exercises or we're doing exercises that are counterintuitive for our bodies. And that is why it's important to have a coach who knows your history, who knows how to keep you safe and yet get you stronger. Support. It's important to be supported. And then celebrate. Celebration, I feel, is overlooked, right? We work out, great job. We accomplish something. We're so on this path of what's next, instead of taking a moment to celebrate what's now. The fact that you're here, the fact that you're doing this class with me. So it's starting small, plan and prioritize. Guide, you have to have a path. If we don't have a path, we don't know where we're going. And I think a lot of time, I know a lot of times people feel overwhelmed or lost or anxious and confused is because they don't have a target. And when you don't have a target, you're looking all over the place. There's no direct path. When you have a goal, and a goal could simply be, hey, you know what? I just want to feel better. I want to have the strength to do things that I like to do during the day. I want to be able to walk with confidence. I want to be able to open jars, whatever it is, having that guidance and defining what you want in life and then creating the path to your goals. At the end of the day, we're all meant to live a great life. We're all meant to be healthy and to be happy. And that starts with how we show up for ourselves, how we care for ourselves. It's making sense so far?
Yes.
Good. Thank you all for participating and being here. I want everyone to embrace the mess, right? The mess of our computers, the mess of life, but in embracing it, we get comfortable and things like this won't rattle us. And that's honestly, that's what it is to live more, right? The whole program is about living more and craving less. Like craving less means craving less having to be perfect, craving less, like things are not always going to go as you plan. Obviously, look at this, and I'm still grateful. But here's the thing, we're always guided. And we're always guided if we have the ability to tune into our own inner knowing. And that can only happen if we're taking care of ourselves. If we're not feeling good and we don't have the energy, we don't have that clear guidance. When we are taking care of ourselves, we are living our healthy habits, we are guided. And just like this with everything with our Canva and everybody's Zooms, what's going on, we're still here. And at the end of the day, we can be here and be frustrated with what's happening, or we can be here and just enjoy the moment of being together. And I've been practicing, and this is what I encourage you for today, and drinking the water. Yeah, everyone grab a sip of water. If you have your water near you, drink up. If you're like me and you talk all day long, you're losing water. So you want to make sure you're staying hydrated. Start small, plan, get guidance, support, and celebrate. The biggest tip that I want to share with you, which was a game changer. Oh, Christmas tree. Sorry, squirrel. I just saw a Christmas tree, Lorraine. I love it. The biggest gift I can give you is this. I did an exercise years ago called Creating Your Perfect Day in Life. And it was a moment where you write down your day as though everything is exactly the way you want it. Not worrying about money, not worrying about how you're doing it. I encourage you to do that today. Write down what a perfect day looks like. That means, what are you doing when you wake up? Who are you hanging out with? What are you doing in the afternoon? What brings you joy? What makes you happy? And I caution you, do not put any limits on this. When I did this exercise years ago, I wrote down, I want to get up and meditate. I want to read. I want to exercise, train clients. I love walking my dogs in the afternoon. I love creating in the afternoon, meeting more clients, and then cooking. And what I realized is I was really close to my perfect day. And so then at that point, when you have your perfect day designed, we know where you are and you have your perfect day. It's just a matter of closing the gap, but you can't close that gap if you don't know where you are and you don't know where you want to go. That exercise has been game changing for me. I really suggest and encourage you all to do that as part of your success work from this class, and then break it down. Start small, prioritize, plan it. Creating a simple wellness plan. A lot of you put in the comments what you want to start. I encourage you to pick 2 things that you want to start to do. So somebody said labels, somebody else said water. Pick 2 things that you want to start doing to increase your overall wellness. Write it down, drop it in the chat, share, because when you share, you're sending that message out to the universe that this is what I want. Plus, you're also then accountable for what you are, because now we all know what you're looking to do, and we're going to encourage you. And then it's the start. Something that takes less than 5 minutes. If you're drinking water, put reminders on your phone. Drink water. If it's reading labels, put, sticky, like don't forget to read the label. All we have to do at the end of the day is get 1% better. That's it. 1%. Meal prepping. All right. Get to the gym and have better nutrition. That's amazing. I challenge you to define how many times you want to get to the gym and what does better nutrition look like for you. Is it eating greens at every meal? Is it adding more lean proteins? Is getting to the gym 1 day, 2 days, 3 days? The reason, that's a great share, and thank you for that. The reason I ask is because the more specific we get on our goal, the more direction we have and the more we know if we achieve it. When it's vague, like I want to feel better or better nutrition, there's this thing that happens in our head. We are constantly searching, and because there's no answers, it's like, did I reach that goal or did I not reach that goal? So having a specific, like I want to have a lean protein and a green with every meal. I want to go to the gym 3 days a week. You can see if you're achieving those goals and celebrate them. And if you're not, then you can see what's happening. What do I need to do to achieve that goal? Be aware of having protein. Yes, protein after exercise. That's a whole other, there's so many things we can talk about, but that's a whole other thing that's really important. And I'm glad, Joan, you dropped that into the chat. And I'm really glad that you're very aware of it. That makes me proud. Drink more water and get motivated to work out. Have a gym in my basement. It's hard to get motivated if you don't have direction. That is hard. I am very lucky. It's my job. So my motivation is to work out for me, but also for my clients. And drinking more water. Yeah. How much more water do you want to drink? Is it 3? Is it 4? Being really specific. And maybe for you, it's just walking down to the gym and saying, hey, I'm coming soon, right? Making that connection. By now, I want to recap the most common exercise and nutrition pitfalls. We talked about some of them. Cardio, people thinking just cardio is going to help you lose weight. That's not the case. People also think about building muscle is going to make them look like a man. That is not the case. You need to build muscle to stay lean. Building muscle actually has you looking leaner. Building muscle protects your joints, protects your bones. Building muscle gives you the strength that you need to do the things that you like to do. The scale doesn't have any bearing. It doesn't mean anything unless the meaning that you give it. Realize how you feel, how you're showing up. Do you have more energy? Strategies to unlock you. We touched on this. 5 minutes. That's all you need. Commit to one thing. If you commit to one thing today, drink more, whatever it is. Maybe you go down into that gym and you pick up and you do one bicep curl in each arm. The idea is making that connection, setting that new habit, that new routine in place. And why is all this important? At the end of the day, if we don't have our health, we don't have anything. If we are not training our mind and our body and our energetic body, which I really didn't touch on, that would be another class. If we're not touching on those things, we're not going to be happy. We're not going to be healthy. You can't just exercise without training your mind alone. It won't work. As much as you try and you want it to work, unless you're training your mind with your body, it's not going to work. You need to train both because one influences the other. Your mind influences what you physically do. And if we don't have the mind involved in the training, we are not going to succeed. I've seen it over and over again. Is this making sense so far?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
At this point, you have two options. One, you can implement what you learn here, simple strategies, or we can stay stuck. And I know for me, I was stuck for a long time, and I'm stuck sometimes even in some of my projects I'm doing. Stuck does not feel good. Simple changes is what we're after. The promise. It's interesting. I had people here and I was looking at my personal training and I kept saying for years, well, Nancy is always yelling at me for this. Oh, I've been a coach for over 25 years. It's closer to 30 years. I've been in the business for closer to 30 years. My programs have transformed hundreds of lives. And here's my promise. If you're having trouble changing your habits, the problem is not you. It is simply the systems. The systems aren't in place, and that's all it is. I'm so grateful to share. Joan is in the 8-week program, and at 73, she was committed to her strength, her physical self, and her mindset. Joan, you want to do you mind sharing your testimonial real quick?
Oh, I can read it. I mean, I said from my heart. I didn't know. Well, like I said, I was really, should I read it?
Yeah, or say from your
Oh,
heart, whatever. I
okay.
appreciate it all.
Because it is, I'm incredibly grateful for choosing you, Jen, to be my coach. I am 73 years old and was determined to strengthen my physical self as well as my mindset to live the rest of my life being the best version of myself. Jen is seasoned with 27 at this years as a 40-plus health and lifestyle expert. Her authentic, inspiring, and compassionate approach has empowered me to change habits while being kind to myself, very important. Her ability to connect on a personal level and her genuine commitment to helping me achieve my goals are truly unmatched. Integrating positive thinking, exercise, and nutrition into my routine has resulted in a profound transformation of both my body and mind. If you are seeking a coach who will inspire you and support you, I wholeheartedly recommend Jen Vinges.
I
Now,
appreciate that.
it's that is true, and I love it, and I'm in the process, and I am transforming, and it's a wonderful feeling to feel the transformation as it happens.
Yeah. Thank you so much for sharing that and for sharing your words. What I want to share is it's simply an 8-week program. And what I did is I broke it out. The program consists of hourly transformation sessions. There's 8 sessions. The first week is all about cracking the code, finding your purpose, and understanding your whys and your goals. Week 2 is about awareness. It's waking up and changing the journey, cultivating an understanding around your thoughts and routines. Week 3 is awareness because our words can move mountains. Week 4, we create our life. Week 5, we dive into routines for success, the keys to living your best life. Week 6 is fuel, eating for change and transformation. And week 7 is recharge for change, the vital role of rest and recovery. In week 8, victory vibes, connection and celebration, and how we can give back. That is just 1 hour session. It also includes strength and smile sessions. I love this. Enjoy 30 minutes of personalized personal training tailored to your needs. And then I also send a video with the breakdown of the form. So you not only are doing it with me live, you're getting a video with the breakdown, so you can do another day on your own. So you have the 1 hour training. A bonus, the midweek. I love these midweek meetups. And actually I have 2 of them now. Wednesday night from 6 to 7 and Thursdays 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Eastern Standard. It's group coaching. And each week I bring a different lesson around mindset. But what I like about this, we start class with a breathing exercise to clear the energy. We recap our wins. So we're planting seeds of success. We have the lesson, and then every class ends with a meditation. So we're starting and closing class with this beautiful calming effects for the mind and body. So you're transforming one day, you're getting strength training the other day, and then you're getting this beautiful breath and guidance in a group setting on the third day. That's why it's a full immersion. You also have access to my community, and in the community there is a library with mindset videos, exercise, functional form videos, recipes. That community is building and growing, and a place to ask questions. I specialize in personal training, yoga, success principles, mental conditioning coaching, and Reiki. It's an 8-week one-on-one transformational program valued at $1,800. You have exercise, mindset, and nutritional guidance, weekly group coaching, emails, and 30-minute private personal training. This program is valued at $4,997. This one time only from now till Black Friday, it's $24.98 with a coupon code OXYGEN for 50% off. Now I've also, the last slide, the top left QR code is to book a call. If you want to book a call to see if this program is right for you, I have opened up the calendar for that. To the bottom right is if you're ready to get started, you can go ahead and secure your spot for 50% off. This program, it's because it's so intense and it is so tailored to your needs, I only open it to 5 new clients at a time. This is the last offering for 2024. 2025 won't be open again until mid-January. So if this program's right for you, message me or scan either QR code, reach out to me if you have questions, or share